What's up, everybody? Back with another installment of Coffee with a Roach. My name is Tommy the Roach Lucero. With me today is Dylan the Boisvert. Boisvert?
Boisvert, perfect.
Boisvert?
Boisvert's also good, but it's not right.
Well, what Boisvert's the incorrect one.
Yes.
Right on. Fellow San Diego comic. He's been brought up many a time with Boisvert, and that's wrong. So I just figured out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's just another way of saying the letters that make up my last name.
Is that Greek?
No, it's French, actually. French Canadian.
So you're French Canadian?
I guess you could say so.
What's that like?
Like my family lives up north, and I rarely ever see them. Like they live not in Canada, but like in New Hampshire. Actually, I've been up there to visit them once, and it was pretty cool. They're like French people. They eat crepes and shit for breakfast.
Ooh, they have poutine?
Never had poutine myself. Never eaten it.
Love poutine.
Mm-hmm.
Only way I've had poutine though is at Hometown Buffet. And it's not exactly the same thing. It's French fries and like beef gravy with chunks of cheese on it. It's not exactly the same thing.
See,
it gives you the same kind of indigestion, I'd imagine, but not exactly the same French thing.
I'd have to say, if you go to a place like Hometown Buffet that makes like 300 different dishes, like not one of them's gonna be spectacular. They're all gonna be like sort of crappy, you know?
Sort of. Just below amazing, not exactly amazing.
Yeah,
But
not
just
amazing.
It'll never be amazing.
No. Which actually, I think tonight, like since that failed last night so bad when I tried to talk about my food being amazing, and it was gross. I didn't mean it to be that way, right? So I think I'm gonna start my set tonight, just going up and going, when I say the word amazing and I'm talking about my food, just start my set just like explaining the whole thing and yeah.
Let me elaborate.
So before anyone even knows about it, like just this is what the word means. So do you think it's funny that way?
It's not that
I'm explaining it first.
I'm
just gonna explain a joke and see if it works.
Oh, that's a little inside thing. We went to a couple open mics last night. Both were a lot of fun. But Dylan, I think, as a side effect, if you will, from hanging out with me, he delivered a joke that was meant to be lighthearted and fun, but was more just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I found it fun. But it was just gross. Come out and check out Dylan. You'll find out what I'm talking about. He is a treasure in the world of San Diego comedy. How long have you been doing San Diego's comedy scene?
Almost 2 years. 2 years this July, actually.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You've been getting some good shows. You used to host Bar 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the ways I came to know you in the prominence in the world of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You used to do it really well, man. Now you're hosting Comedy Palace.
Doing the Palace now on Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesday Night Raw, as it were.
Tuesday Night Raw, yeah. Actually, someone came up with Monday Night Raw for a show, so I stopped calling it that.
Fucking wrestlers.
Yeah. And,
Are you a big wrestling fan, man?
I used to be, dude. I was gonna say, when I was like in middle school. Yeah, I was like for a solid year, I was like super into fucking wrestling.
Who was your hero?
Oh, dude, heroes? I didn't have like a hero, but I really liked the Generation X. Like that was a thing. It was like a gang of dudes that suck it and the whole thing. Yeah, that was cool. Like Triple H was badass.
Mm-hmm. I remember when he first
dude's
started.
Cool, yeah.
That guy's been around forever.
Well, and then that's what you look at him, and I'm not so much a fan because it's kind of like it's a dude's soap opera. Really, it's like you have to be into the story of the people and like who's coming out. I swear to God,
it is,
and it's just like action. It's got more stuff like that, and like everyone knows. They're in on it, but they're actors. That's pretty much what you're watching. This like live action play thing, and like I have respect for it because these dudes are like physically fit and they're giants and they're jumping all over the place.
A lot of them are fucking security guards in their off time.
Yeah, and like even the famous dudes, like those guys, like how long they've been around to get known like that. Beating around. I mean, it's pretty respectable. I think.
Speaking of live action and respect, in your live action world of life that you lead, I have a lot of respect for the fact that you get approached by many a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to figure out what game plan are you not putting into play that does not get you involved in three ways?
Well, tell you the truth, I have thought of it, this was happening, and I was just like, in the middle of it, like, like, okay, we're sitting at the person's house, and then like other people are leaving, and like they're friends of them. I don't know. This is kind of fucking awkward, but
That's what I do.
yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I did think of it, and I was like, what do I say at this point? And I basically just was like, everyone else was leaving, so I just left at the same time. So it wasn't like, I don't know. Maybe all I had to do was just be like, yeah, is it cool if I hang out for a bit? You know.
Because you were telling me that you got to go up to a show up in LA recently.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately couldn't go. I really wanted to. In retrospect, it was good that I didn't go because you got taken home by a couple and you just went and drank wine.
Maybe this
and smoked out.
Thing I did not say was it was a family house. They had family that like there were people asleep.
Fucking a family house. Too.
It was a Sunday. I know. I'm just saying. You know,
it was a
that's
Sunday?
kind of like a Sunday. It was a
Sunday.
I
was gonna say you could have got down on a Sunday.
It was like someone was like up, like shutting lights off while we were outside. You know what I mean? So I didn't really feel like there was the mood for a threesome gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Someone was doing a strobe light, like disco scene for you.
Yeah, they're military.
Military
husband.
people are
military
freaky
husband.
as shit.
I don't know.
Haven't you heard of core whores?
But dude, really, like that's an intense situation, dude. Like.
That would be intense.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
I don't know. I've always thought of a three-way kind of like a double Dutch, because I've never been able to see where exactly to jump into double Dutch either. And I'd imagine three ways would be the same way. Just be like, no, not there, not yet, not.
Yeah, or
I would
like,
imagine, or that I would just get jealous of my
okay,
girlfriend getting fucked, brainless, you know.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't go well. We already have enough troubles.
But
you seeing anyone, Dylan?
No, I'm not actually right now. I'm a ride alone. I ride alone, dude. That's what I do.
Ride alone.
Yeah.
You're a loner,
yes.
a rebel.
Yes, I'm a loner, a rebel. Yeah. Dottie.
No, don't call me.
What's up with this back here?
The music.
The music.
That happens sometimes. There's a
I'm
bonsai.
changing the subject. You see, I changed something.
Good job. Good redirection. There's a bonsai store next door to our little hobble studio. This is not the exact padded room, which is actually...
Oh, no. I was just wondering. What's bonsai?
That's those trees that Mr. Miyagi used to grow on the side of the cliff.
It's actually a store that sells bonsai trees.
Well, it's a garage that sells bonsai trees.
Cool, dude.
And an old man. I'm not sure if the old man's for sale, but he's always there,
How much
too.
do they sell bonsai trees for?
Depends on which one you want, I would imagine.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And anyway, on a sad note, I was kind of bummed out to find this out, dude. Yeah, are you into the Monkees at all? You ever hear of them?
The band?
Daydream.
Yeah, I was on the... Yeah, I just heard they were talking about the Monkees on the radio, like, right when I pulled up here.
Davy Jones died,
Davy
man.
Jones. Oh, that's why?
Anyway, Davy Jones, he's dead.
Sorry, Davy.
Well,
but thanks, Davy.
Davy Jones is dead, and somehow all the Partridge Family is alive. Which is weird in itself. Because Danny Bonaducci has wrecked his fucking body. He should be dead. Did you ever watch that reality show when it was on?
No, but dude,
that was amazing.
Wasn't it him? Didn't Danny Bonaducci fight someone in celebrity boxing?
He fought Greg Brady. And beat the living shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Danny Bonaducci went in there. He looked pretty pumped up on the roids. He looked redder than usual, which is one of the side effects. And he just went in there as soon as that bell rung. Like I guess Greg Brady took it as just a fun exhibition kind of thing. But Bonaducci went in there like he was fucking gladiator in the Coliseum and just took him down. You've seen that, right?
I saw that, yeah.
Oh my god, if anybody hasn't seen that,
yeah.
Go and watch that. Danny Bonaducci versus Greg Brady. I don't know what the guy's real name is, but who cares now? He got the shit kicked out of him. It was amazing. Nothing compared to what you do in your set about UFC.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
About what I do. Oh well, what it was like I was watching the original UFC videos, like the on Netflix. You can get them, send to your house. You know what I mean? And so I started watching like UFC 1 through like 8 or whatever, and I'm like,
1 through 8.
This shit is like so hilarious. Like
it was rugged back.
Oh,
in the
dude,
day.
and it just all the things about it because it was like what 93, 92, 93 when it started. And so you look at everyone there, you're seeing like the 90s people, and it's like, whereas before, like, I'm 26, so that to me, that's like a whole different era that I was in, and like when I look back at like the 70s, you see those weird like outfits or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't occur to you that it's like a different era.
Yeah,
like, everything's so different.
And it's not that far. That's not that far away, or not that long ago. I mean, like even the girls they chose for the ring were different. Like
the de-evolution from 2012 back to 92
Yeah, really.
That's,
It's
what is that, 12 years?
kinda, I mean,
20?
yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's almost 20.
My math
it's
is
20 years.
shitty.
20 years.
Just
Almost
so
20
you
years.
know.
Yeah, because but
Like, 'cause I remember back then, like that used to be one of the opening scenes for when UFC would start. Would just be some guy, like in a headlock, laying on another guy who's on his back, and the guy that's in a headlock is just, bah, bah, just fucking
just dude,
destroying that guy's
and the thing
ball
was,
bag.
and the funny thing about that too is you can see the guy hitting him. And, he's a guy hitting another dude in the nuts, so he knows what he's doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he's hitting him, like, hard, right? Because he's trying to win a fight, and he's kind of like, dude, are you going to give up yet? Like, he doesn't want it. That's all he can do. He doesn't want to keep hitting him, but, like, so he just keeps hitting him until... And then at the end of the fight, of course, the guy's mad that he went for the nut shot.
He's mad at himself after the fact?
No, he's mad at the guy who gets hit in the nuts, right? Is mad. He's like, you're a bitch for doing that, right? But it's like, dude, that's a rule in the fight. Like,
back then they had no...
Yeah. You were allowed to do that.
Biting and eye
gouging.
They weren't allowed.
They were the
to
only
do.
two... You could headbutt. You could do pretty much everything else.
Yeah, headbutting
there was
gnarly.
You kicks... None of that, like, no rules about not kicking a guy when he's on the ground or anything like that. Like crazy stuff. And but the other thing was why it wasn't that great and why it was just a spectacle is those dudes weren't skilled. They just like... A dude would have like a black belt in his hometown.
And another dude would just have the fucking...
He'd
was
be
given the deerhead at the
yeah.
hometown pub for beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, he would be like a big lumberjack fool. Just like a big fucking dude. And they'd put him in there and...
Looked like the guy on the front of the fucking bounty paper towels.
And you never knew what was going to happen because, but it was usually either done in 2 seconds or lame for like 20 minutes, But...
Like I remember one of the big things, one of the last things I remember when I was really watching him when I was a teenager still, was some guy coming out with a cross on his back and walking in the ring.
That was the Joe Sun guy. That was the guy who gets hit in the nuts.
Was it him?
Yes, that's the same guy.
Ooh! That is gnarly. But that guy, that same fight where he walked out with a cross on his back, he fought Hoist Gracie.
Yeah.
And Hoist Gracie pulled the guy's ponytail out of his head. And the guy didn't even tap after that.
He didn't pull it out of his head.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
He was pulling on it he had his fingers wrapped up in the dude's hair, and the guy couldn't get up because he was pulling his hair.
Hey, Eric! Did he pull his hair out of his head?
Yeah, he had some hair in his hand, but
It wasn't like, anyways, Chong.
So I see you have a small bag with you today.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you bring yourself there?
Contains these.
Oh, cute little Bushmills buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Well, let's just buy one big one.
Well, because the thing is, I like to pretend like I'm always on like a intercontinental flight, and I get to have these individual little things and just, and sometimes I don't want to take it home. I want to drink some, but I don't want to like have an open bottle. So
I can see that because sometimes, much like an intercontinental flight, you do tend to fall asleep if you drink too much and just end up in another place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Layover in your own head.
I like that. I like flying because it's like you're in like separated from everything for a moment and you're just like passed out and
it's like time stops.
Yeah.
And you're just in a big tube with a bunch of assholes.
Also, the thing is, it does freak you out a little bit. Like you're flying, right? So something could go haywire and you're basically like risking your life in a way. You know what I mean? I always think of it that way, and I have to like just be like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, if I'm gonna crash, I'll just be content in the moment. You know what I mean? Like,
we're going down. Fuck it.
Yeah.
When we get down there, I got dibs on eating the fat dude up front. That would be my thing. But the one time I went on a long flight, I went to Chicago, and for some reason, it really it messed with me. Like right when we got on the plane, it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and already like just the engines turning on started freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
So the stewardess comes up and she sits down on the arm of another seat across the aisle and is asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything?" Because you can see I was turning white, having problems. I go, "Do you guys got anything to drink?" She goes, "Well, we have Coke, we have juice." I go, "Do you have anything harder?"
Harder.
She goes, "Well, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I didn't ask you what time it was. I asked you if you have anything harder to drink." And she goes, "Well, we have Jack Daniels. I want Jack. Bring me Jack." She goes, "Well, how many do you want?" And I go, "How much are they?" She goes, they're $2 each. Bring me 5. And she brought me just 5 and 1 can of soda. And before the plane got to its peak altitude, they were all empty. I was feeling much better.
Yeah.
That on top of the few pills that I had with me really helped a lot. Really helped.
Oh yeah.
Xanax.
Having a nice little muscle relaxer always works on a plane because it's so hard to get comfortable, or to, you know, especially when you're sitting there for 4 hours and you just want to like stand up and you'd rather just be asleep through the whole thing so you can wake up and you're in a new fucking place. It's kind of magical. In a way, it's kind of magical. When you do that and you just pass out and you wake up because it's going ding ding, you know, because the people are doing that, or your ears are popping. Have you ever
or you
woke
wake up
the
because
pressure in
oxygen,
your head?
oxygen mask falls on your face or something like that? It's horrible.
You know what? If I was on a plane and the pilot wanted to do that as a prank, I think I could laugh it off afterwards.
Well, yeah,
but not everyone could. Like that would be a whole huge lawsuit thing, and I'd be the only one going, "Dude, that was so fucking good."
But if you want to give me money for it, I'm good with that too.
But that is scary.
Any what's the farthest you've gone for a comedy show? Like you say, you went to LA. Is that the?
Yeah. Pretty much like the farthest I've driven, but like I went to Imperial, California once from
Where's that?
That's out east, actually. It's like right in the middle of the desert where there's no water or anything, and you don't understand why everyone.
He had jokes there.
Yes. Yeah, but it was like a cool little, like a small town, you know what I mean? But it was just like, you have to drive 2 hours past nothing, and then all of a sudden it's there. And there's like neighborhoods, and people live there and stuff. And I don't know what they do for a living, but like, it's just, to me it's weird someone would live out that far, you know? But the cool thing about it was like, going there, no one knows you as a comedian, like, because I've only really done it in San Diego and a few times up in LA. And it's like the same thing up there too, where they don't know you, so you get to, you know.
That's what I always found.
Yeah,
fun, is if they don't know you, there's no preconception about what you're going to be talking about.
And I think that way, like, sometimes, you know, you have to try to pretend that the people in the room haven't already heard your jokes, you know, because you know that at least 3 people have or something, so it kind of messes with your delivery, I think, or with me.
That's how it is when I go to open mics now. I feel, which is also good. Like, I feel the pressure to come up with new stuff. So I'm not just regurgitating the same thing I've said millions of times over, even though I will do that with like two new jokes and that's it.
Well, especially when you know we find out they still work, and you're like, okay, that's why I tell that joke, because it's fun. You know, I like it, and other people do too. So.
Who's your influences? Like, who do you look to for a blueprint?
George Carlin, pretty much. Like, I like that because of how the dude was like multi-layered with his like stand-up. You know, like in just his stand-up, it was just one dude kind of talking, and of course he evolved like throughout his whole career. Was like a lot different from the beginning.
Oh yeah, the very beginning was very different from the very end.
Yeah, but it was just he's cool because he's like almost informing you of something and making you laugh. You know what I mean? Which is cool, like, to me, because he's the person I like to watch. You know, so if I want to do stand-up, don't I want to do something I would like to see, like.
Exactly.
I want to perform something. If I watch my tape, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Or
that's why I model my sets after Guar.
Guar.
Yeah. If I can figure out a way to work in a blood.
I don't think I put
blood
enough
hose.
I don't think I put enough for this.
No, probably not. Probably not.
I don't think I put enough.
The whole thing is probably better.
Do the whole thing.
Yeah, just the whole thing.
You know what, Tommy? You should get a Guar outfit. I'll totally help you put it on every day and stuff.
Before I do open mics or shows?
Yeah.
Which character would I want to do there? The lead singer?
Dude, any of them would be cool, dude. But you should probably like make your own.
The bass player.
You should probably make your own
the
Tommy.
Big hammer.
Make your own Tommy outfit.
But then I couldn't be Tommy. I'd have to come up with some sort of weird name.
You do this. You do all the work.
You do all the work. I will take the credit for the idea.
Yeah.
That's good.
Isn't that what we all want?
You're like the Chong to my, or the Cheech to my Chong. Ideas, I do the work.
That's cool. You can be Chong. That's cool. I'll be
the soft-spoken one that writes everything.
I'll be the one that, like, you know, kind of dips out later and like
makes billions from Nash Bridges, then comes back because you feel bad for me.
Dude, Tommy Chong got fucked over.
Oh yeah, he got fucked over bad.
You know what is sick though? I'm glad to say, because like, you know, Cheech and Chong was before my time, right? But like, it's still funny, and You know, they used to do their stage show back in the day before it even existed, and now I got to see them do it live, like, because they came back and did their thing again.
Have you seen?
It was cool. It's like something like that.
What is it? Still Smoking?
Yeah,
is it Still Smoking? Yeah, Still Smoking.
Yeah.
Where they go to Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah. I think that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool because you get to watch their stage show, and then I got when they did their thing at Hollywood Comedy Store. I got that DVD too, and it's still fucking tight as shit. And they're pushing 60.
Yeah.
They're 60 something years old, and it's still fucking so good. Just the astronaut jerking off in space, the dog smelling the other dog's shit.
Yep.
All that stuff. It's great.
My favorite is the old man and the punk dude on the bench.
Hey, how do you? What makes you think you're my dad? You never know. I used to fuck elephants.
Yeah.
Or no, he used to fuck buffalo.
Yeah.
That's great.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Speaking of people getting fucked over,
Mm.
in South Carolina, a lot of weird shit happens there.
Yeah.
But the one thing that came up on Yahoo was a guy got arrested for DUI for rear-ending somebody. And they arrested him and found out that he was well over the legal limit. And after they arrested him, they put him in the car, cuffed him. And then when they got him to the police station, they found a butt plug in the back seat with him. So he was driving around shit-faced drunk with a butt plug. And I'm not sure if that was what made him rear-end. Because he was already getting rear-ended. Why would you want to put that on somebody else?
I'm sorry, I'm lost. What is a butt plug for? I mean, I know it's to plug your butt, right?
Well, you can use toilet paper for that. It's really to stretch things out to make it more accommodating to any entering alien.
So it's like a shoehorn for your butthole kind of thing?
Well, with a shoehorn, you can fit your foot in behind the shoehorn. The butt plug, it's kind of like a Budweiser bottle just blocking the way. And from what I understand, a butt plug is to just make it more like
Whitey. That's what I thought.
Whitey.
I thought that's what shoehorns were for. That you put them in your shoe, so
it's more like
more
like a speculum for gynecology. You know what a speculum is?
Yes, I do. But then the concept's the same. I think it's a stretcher outer.
It is a stretcher outer.
A stretcher outer.
Make it more whitey. Whitey and stretcher outer.
As opposed to white tea, which is what I like.
White tea, which is the person we all work for.
I want that to be my option on my census. I want to put down whitey.
Just cross out other and write it on it. It struck me as weird because, I mean, was he coming from somewhere and he forgot to take it out? Or was he going somewhere and just getting ready?
Getting ready.
You think that's what it is?
I think he was getting ready.
Then why, what was the need for so much drinking? Well, maybe it was to loosen up.
You know what? It's South Carolina, dude. Like, people roll around that drunk all the time. I used to live there, dude.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you're saying you used to use butt plugs?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people drink a lot.
Elaborate on
it. About what?
The drinking.
Okay. The drinking.
Make Tommy's alcoholism smell water.
Oh, dude, you know, okay, whenever little mini bottles like this, it was cool, like, during the summer and stuff, I'd go out to visit my mom, and then she'd have all these extra mini bottles in the liquor store she owned that, you know, were little, like, ones that, you know, kind of extra things, and, like, a miscellaneous thing, and so I'd work in the store for a couple hours, and then she'd be like, okay, you know, you can take a few of these, so I'd go out and have a party with some friends, you know? Take a few, I'd find some Bushmills Irish whiskey, or sometimes we'd get the chartreuse in there, which is fucking hard. It was just like a mixture.
Chartreuse?
Chartreuse is, it's kind of like, tastes like absinthe a little bit. But it's just a really strong liquor. That's all I know.
With a very gay colored name.
Chartreuse. It's green. It's green.
Chartreuse
is like a green color. Yeah.
The liquor or the color?
It's the color.
The color? What's the liquor color?
Greenish, kind of.
So it's both green. Hence the name.
I don't know. I think chartreuse is the color, is what I'm saying. I think. I didn't do like.
You've blown my mind, bro. Mind is blown.
You're sitting there with a blown mind.
A blown mind.
Yes, excuse me. That's gross. I don't like when people.
That's not. It's a perfect show for it.
You know what? One thing though, I have to admit though, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me is when I hear someone sucking their teeth, you know? Like, even when they're eating, like, you're here to eat soup, and he's like, I don't know, like, to me...
Oh, so you really hated me drinking my coffee like that. Like.
Well, no, that was... that isn't as bad as, like, that... Like, where you're, like, sucking the flavor off some... Ugh, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
You know what's like nails on a chalkboard to me?
It's weird, like, you can't... What is it?
Nails on a chalkboard.
Nails on a chalkboard.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that is bad.
Sucks to me.
Yeah.
Either that or a girl that says that's too deep or something like that. It's just horrible. You don't want to hear those kind of things. Get your thumb out of there. There's no need for that kind of compliment or that kind of commentary.
No. On South Carolina, the thing you're talking about, that what they have there, I don't know if they have anything like that here, but it's this thing called the Jail Report, and it's like a little magazine that they sell in like gas stations and liquor stores and stuff like that.
Yeah. That
you could pick up, like right next to the, Auto Trader or whatever. And it's basically everyone who got arrested that weekend, or that last week, and you can look people's names up.
Is that legal?
Apparently, dude.
I didn't know you could do that.
It's like their mugshots.
I'm glad I've never been arrested in South Carolina. I get arrested for stupid shit.
Yeah.
Gotten arrested. What's the dumbest thing you've gotten arrested for?
I've never gotten arrested. Yeah.
Wait, there we go.
Joe Charles was exactly right. Dude, about the white guys and the high fives. You're white enough to shut us.
God damn it. I've been trying for years to be more ethnic. I haven't got arrested for drunk
You'd rather
shit.
be ethnic?
Well, no, I think about it.
You should just dye your hair blonde, dude. Your eyebrows and everything.
I've done that before. It looks really weird.
Just do it.
Like I had bleach blonde hair.
I just want you to do it so I go,
You know, don't fuck with me like that. Did you grow up out in South Carolina?
Oh, from what was it? From like 97 to 2003. I lived out there, and like I would come back here for
Have you gotten to go back to do
I haven't
comedy yet?
No, but you know what's cool? Let's go up and smoke a cigarette.
You got the stogie going.
Oh, okay. Well, fine.
Oh,
I guess I'll just smoke it.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
I mean, you should set up a show. And go do a show out there.
When I go out there, next time I want to do that. I plan on doing it. There's a brew pub in town there, and they have an upper area, and I went there to see a comedy show once. They had a comedy show that was on.
Anybody prominence?
It was basically like
one of our shows?
Yeah, well, kind of. They seemed like they were touring the South or something. They were like nobody really famous that I knew, but
I've always heard that is the gnarliest place for people to do comedies in the South.
They
or like one of many.
The room that I remember being in, it was pretty lighthearted, but then again, I was enjoying the shit out of it, and not everybody does.
That's what I've always wanted to do. Is it was a big reason I wanted to get into a comedy festival. I was trying to get into was I want to go do comedy at somewhere that would be totally different than what I'm used to, which is our comedic circles. We're all pretty nice to each other. We're all pretty accommodating to each other's characters or whatever.
Yeah.
Acts, as it were. And I thought it would be nice to go somewhere where nobody is as accommodating. Everybody's kind of more competitive. Then I went to Los Angeles. It's not as fun as I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's like, I don't think you want it to be competitive. I mean, the whole thing you want to be is like, we're all trying to do the same thing, right? So, don't get in each other's way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just be cool about it, I guess. But,
like, you've done shows,
well, that's what I was going to say. At the Imperial California show, when I did that one, that was amazing because, like, we got to do 2 shows and 2 different crowds in one night, and they were stoked because they live out in the friggin' desert and they don't just get to, like, drive 30 minutes or whatever or less to go see a comedy show or something. They have to, like, drive 3-4 hours or something. So, like, actually to have some comedians come and do a show, even though we're, like, no one really, they didn't know who we were, but we were telling them jokes and they were ready to have a good time. So that's what was really fun about it,
What's the weirdest one? I went one time with Chip. We went to Yorba Linda, California. drove from here to Yorba Linda just on a whim because I found an open mic on the internet on some directory. We drove out there and just music, but it was so fun because they were just so fucking into everything. I went for I think 10 or maybe 12 minutes or something like that. Chip did 20, but which is what Chip does sometimes if he has enough time because that kid can go. He's got good shit. But it was really weird, man. I have video of it, and it seems like some of the best delivery that I've done just in front of random audience.
Yeah.
That's always real fun too. Do you do this? When I had my car, I used to just go to random open mics like that. Like I would just find them on the internet and just go by myself.
Yeah,
You know,
sometimes I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't, not so much lately because I think like it gets to a point where.
Well, gas now.
Yeah. You have to select exactly where you're going. You can't just go to check it out. You know what I mean? It's funny that way.
What is the weirdest one you've gone to as far as open mics?
Open mics. I did one at the. I can't remember the name of the place. It's. You know the Antique Row Cafe? I think it's on Adams. There's this place on Adams, I can't remember. It's like the K. It's not Kensington. It's K Club or something like that. Was the name?
No, I never heard of it.
But it was like an open mic for musicians and whoever else wants to, come up and do their thing. So, we went up. Me and Damien did it actually. We. Cadans.
I went there one time by myself. I went and I was already fucked up. God knows what. I don't know what I was on that time. But I went and they let me sing the national anthem to start the show. And then they gave me free food. That was the prize for singing a stellar version of the national anthem,
nice.
which I did. And then later on in the night, there was such weird acts going on. There was a dude in a wheelchair playing death metal, while another guy was wearing a ski mask and a suit and doing spoken word.
That's cool.
I would love to book them for my next birthday.
Yeah, really.
If I could find those motherfuckers. But and then when I got to go up, I played random weird country songs along with a Tenacious D song and did my jokes in between them, which was cool because when I would do the songs, everybody would get up and dance, and they progressively got closer till they were maybe that far away dancing. Then I would stop singing, and I'd be doing my jokes to people like standing right there. And it was cool, man. Cadans, if you guys, San Diego area, visit Cadans open mic. What day of the week is that?
That's like a Monday. It's a Monday night, I think.
Go down there. It's weird. It's wild. And there's a lot of hookers in that area. You'll have fun.
Huskers.
Huskers.
Husker days.
Oh, man. Did you ever used to watch Jackass?
Yeah. I watched it when it was on MTV and stuff.
This is actually leading for the next thing. This is not just as random as it sounds. It sounds random as shit to me.
No, you just made it sound random.
I'm sorry. We'll edit.
Cut
that out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dude, Full House. I watched Full House.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I watched a lot of TV.
Bob Saget banged Kimmy Gibbler. Did you know that?
In real life?
Oh, yeah.
That's
not in the show.
I know. I mean, like later on in real life.
Well, yeah, later on in real life.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for both of them.
I always wanted to bang Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah. Well,
I would have had a fucking
actually, you know what's funny?
With Kimmy, the youngest now because she's older, and Camden Cameron. And the Olsen twins can watch, just to be a dick. They can't participate. But Jackass, you remember the stunt when they used to do they would go on golf courses with a bullhorn or air horn, and while people are teeing off, they're just.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I think the Jackass Karma came back on somebody else. Because I was looking at the news, and in Florida, there was these two 60-year-old guys, and they were teeing off ninth hole. They're having a great day. It's going real well, having a good game. And they're teeing off ninth hole, and these kids blow air horn. And the old men are going over there to talk to them. And when they get over there, the kids just book, like kids do. Like I would have done.
Yeah, right.
You just run.
Yeah, you just get away from there. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
And later on, one of the kids found that he forgot his jacket where they were. He goes back for his jacket. The old men catch him.
Oh, no.
And the old men proceeded to beat the living shit out of this, what was it, 15-year-old kid?
Oh,
They
how many old men? Like
two old
dudes?
men jumped this teenager.
I picture golf clubs too being involved.
Oh, it wasn't. It was
I
they did say
them whipping them with them.
one of them was it was like a fucking, what was it, a driver. So the one with the big head on the end of it.
Oh goodness.
And the other one, it was like a ball sorter or a ball catcher or something like that. So it said that it was a long thing like that.
Yeah.
So one of them busted the kid's arm because to get him from getting his jacket to run away.
See, what I picture is what clicked in this situation to end so like okay, they could have he ran away and that pissed him off, right? And then so they got him again and they were like, finally we got you. Slap him around a little bit and kick him in the ass and send him on his way. He didn't. He just fucked your golf swing up. Are you in a tournament now? Put a whole nother Boston in here?
Yeah, man.
Dude,
That's where you're going wrong.
Do you have any beef jerky or Slim Jims or?
No, there's a liquor store across the street though.
They got them there probably, huh?
Dude, they have every kind of beef, potato, skin jerky you want.
Let's put a little bit more in there because I'm running out of coffee.
Yeah, why'd you go so quick, man?
Huh?
Why'd you go so quick?
With what?
The coffee.
I like it. I would like to drink it.
Touche, sir. Touche. So, would Leonardo DiCaprio be your favorite actor?
No.
Who's your favorite actor?
I don't know, dude. There's too many like different people I have respect for. You know what I mean? Because I look at people for what they have done and like what they're good at. You know what I mean? Like Sylvester Stallone's a really good actor, but if he was in Blood Diamond, he would have fucking not done as good of a job as Leonardo DiCaprio.
It probably would have been an even better movie in a lot of ways.
What, Blood Diamond would have been? I need to put the phone on.
Are you having your phone ring, man? Who is it?
Oh, it's right here.
Call in.
I just turned it off. I'm not listening to it. Okay, sorry about that.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone, would you say Blood Diamond would be a better movie with Sylvester Stallone?
It might have been.
I think that it was good the way it was. But my point I was trying to make was if you put Leonardo DiCaprio in The Expendables, it would not really have been the same shit because he's not Sylvester Stallone. You know, he's kind of already got that whole like, you know, action movie dude fucking persona.
There's a.
You know what you're gonna go see in one of his movies? You're gonna see some dude like struggle and kick ass.
What shows you got coming up, man? Anything really looking forward to?
Yeah, March 13th at Till 2.
At Till 2?
Yes. Till 2 Club, El Cajon Boulevard. The address is, look it up on the internet. Till 2 Club, and yeah, it'll
It's
pop
on
up.
the left-hand side, adjacent to 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's cool.
Who else on that show, man?
I don't know yet, dude. Actually, I heard about it. I'm still trying to get the flyer and all the information, but I know that I'll be headlining it.
Oh,
actually.
shit.
I'll be going last and doing the most time.
Ooh.
So.
How much time you got so far? Like all together with all your material?
I would say I can do like a solid like 15-minute set of pre-written material. If I like pull out everything, even the stuff that is kind of alright, you know what I mean? But like, the longest set I've ever done was like a 30-minute set, but it was a lot of like kind of, you know, talking off the cuff and like, you know, a lot of long pauses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to think of what to say because it was basically all it was like if you got the chance to go up on stage and they said just do it until you don't wanna, yeah. And like I actually just stayed up there until they finally were like, okay, other people have to go. Because like when they say do as much time as you want, I just hear that and go, I'm just gonna stay up here. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. Do you still do the Dragon Ball bit?
No, that's one that I haven't done. That's like that night that I did that, it was a kind of like another off the cuff thing, but like it was like it was something I had been talking about earlier that day. But you like it so much, I think I should like push more on it.
I don't know. Do not go on my suggestions.
Right. But like
because like Eric, one of my favorite things that he does He refuses to do it, and I think it's hilarious. It's a brilliant piece of writing.
What is it? Or
Hey, Eric,
I'll
what
hear
is it?
from Eric one day when I'll ask him one day or
Yes,
something.
man. So stupid.
Well, see, and that's the thing about the Dragon Ball Z one, where it's like,
That's probably why I like it.
yeah, it's like
This is so fucking
you have to
retarded.
have
Like the thinking that goes into all of it, it wraps around my brain in a funny way.
It's just really where the Dragon Ball Z comes from is like
He's
watching
been
that
waiting
show.
a week to know.
It's like that show was like you'd watch an episode and it was a half hour long and all it would be was like them talking about what was gonna happen later for like 2 or 3 years, and then like
Last week we left Vegeta.
half of the show was a recap and shit.
Half of the show was a recap
of what happened, you know.
I love that show.
Great stuff.
I remember watching. That was another thing that was like my soap opera, besides the wrestling, was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I've been watching is
What's
it's a
that?
kind of unique show that it's like with Twin Peaks. That's a cool show, a David Lynch show that he came out. It is kind of cheesy and kind of weird, but like
Did he direct that movie?
it's
Lost
interesting.
Highway.
It's yeah.
Yeah, man. I
It's
like
cool
that movie.
because like you immerse into this dude's weird little like thing he created, and once you start watching, you get
It's
into
very-
it. It's cerebral kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
It's some crazy shit. It's good writing. That's why reason I like it, dude. The stories were really good.
Really? Yeah. And I really do like it's for like action movies and stuff, but I also really like movies with good dialogue, you know, that can really like get you in, you know.
What's a good example?
Jackie Brown.
Yeah. That's Tarantino's one of more wordy flicks.
That was my favorite one he did until Inglourious Bastards came out. And that was just
that's
like,
one of my favorite movies.
yeah.
Eli Roth's introduction into the movie.
Mhm.
It's great.
Mhm.
Yes, all you hear is
It's pretty intense, you know. And it's like with like the quick flashes of the violence like that and the whole build up, that's what really makes scenes like that, you know, crazy, you know what I mean? Like intense. Like, you know, if he was the whole time he was just beating him around that little wooded area, just like over and over again, you hit him like 12 times, it got ridiculous, you know what I mean? But that,
it's like this can end now.
yeah, but like you just see a guy go like, you see him dying real quick from getting battered, and it's like, wow, dude, you know.
Same thing with the branding at the end.
Spoiler alert. No, what?
Where the the old guy.
You not the branding, the carving.
That's what it was? Carving?
Yeah, where he carves the swastikas into their foreheads. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember that flipped me out, dude. Just what? That and the scene from Saving Private Ryan.
Which one?
When it's all fucking breaking out, and like everybody in the whole platoon's pretty much dying except for the one guy, and the Nazis just over the guy pushing the knife into him, and the guy's like yelling, he's like no, and the Nazis just like
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like that
He's
one
like, dude,
stabbing.
don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good example of a crazy intense.
That scene alone always tripped me out.
Yeah.
It's up there with Pulp Fiction. The fucking Gimp.
The Gimp one. I was like, which part from Pulp Fiction were you?
The whole scene with the Gimp.
Yeah.
When that movie came out, I was still a teenager, I think, or like a tween, somewhere in there. But I was watching that, and my cousin, she had this huge screen TV to where it was almost like a movie theater, and I watched it on there. And watching that scene with everybody, it looks like they're normal size, and it's a play going on in front of you. It was, oh man. Pulp Fiction gave me nightmares, man.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
I was gotten more by From Dusk Till Dawn as far as Tarantino movies go. That shit really, because how that went, that movie had gone from a kind of like a just intense gangster movie to vampires, people turning into vampires and eating you, and you're not getting away. Like, you know, that kind of freaks you out, you know.
kills off her whole family. Only one.
Well,
left
and
is
that,
Joel
and
Lewis.
like, especially like you're watching, you know, especially as a young kid or something, you're watching, you see that whole scene how Selma Hayek's doing a strip tease, you know, and it's like you're already like, holy shit, you know, got
Yeah,
your
it's
little,
Selma Hayek,
little
yeah.
kid boner going on or whatever, like, holy shit, this is cool, and then she turns into a monster and eats you.
Her head turns into the head
Whoa,
of a
what
fucking
the
cobra.
fuck? What just happened in my fucking brain?
Like, what's the craziest, scariest movie you've ever seen?
That would probably be the most intense, scary movie situation.
Murder Disc isn't up there, man.
I've never seen Murder Disc. Murder Disc. Murder Disc. Slaughter.
Slaughter Disc?
That's
Is that
why
what?
it's Slaughter Disc. Slaughter Disc was very funny. Yeah.
When you go to lengths to where the only thing that gets you there is clown porn, you have a problem. There's a problem going on.
Mm-hmm.
I met that chick in that movie, man.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oof.
What else was I gonna? You know what? Mel Gibson makes some fucking badass movies.
Lethal Weapon, yeah.
All the movies that dude's been in, like, or that he's directed. You know what I mean? Like, even though
What
he
is
is a
directed
racist
besides
or
the?
whatever. Like, there's
Christ.
Apocalypto and like.
That's right,
I don't know if he directed Edge of Darkness. I don't think he did, but he was in that.
Which one's that directed?
The newer one where his daughter's like involved in some chemical scientific shit, and he's like a Boston cop, and he's like trying to figure out what's going on.
I never heard of that one.
Oh, it's good. It's pretty good.
When did that come out?
2009, I think. 2010.
My
I
favorite
don't know, I might
movies
be wrong.
are probably, besides kung fu flicks, probably like horror movies, dude. Love horror movies.
Yeah.
Like what got me really loving horror movies is when I was younger. One of the first really gnarly horror movies I saw was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was an intense, scary one.
And it was around the same time that I first started smoking weed.
Mhm.
So I was really baked off of a obscenely huge bong that this guy had. And we were just watching Chainsaw Massacre, me and this guy the same age, just ripped off of our fucking heads. And then all of a sudden the guy walks into the house and he's like, "Hello, is anybody here?" Knocks on the door and then Leatherface comes out and hits him in the head with a fucking hammer. That had me scared shitless for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks after that. I was afraid to like knock on doors and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want a giant fucking maniac coming out and beating me to death.
You know what's funny is that movie Paranormal Activity, right?
Oh.
That you know, when you watch it a second time or whatever, it's kind of, you know, but say what you will about the movie, that shit was pretty scary when I saw it in the theaters.
Oh, you saw that in the theater?
I saw it in the theater where there was like a packed full of people, you know, and so when shit happened, everybody screamed, and like that made you more, because everyone else was
Yeah.
scared or something, you know, it made you worse. But I did, when I got home, I was like turning the lights on and shit. I didn't even need to be on, just so, you know.
I wanted to see the other two because it's got kids, and that scares the shit out of me more for some reason. I don't know why. Because it's a ghost messing with kids.
Yeah.
That just seems fucked up
Mm-hmm.
for some reason a little more. But I never got to see that. The first one, though, I barely saw it, I gotta say. So it's still kind of fresh in the mind, but everything, like, just the chick, the way she's slowly getting possessed and shit like that. And, oh my
Have you ever
god.
seen,
She stands over her husband for like 4 or 5 hours, just staring at him. Ooh, just creepy shit.
have you ever seen, not Leprechaun, Trolls 2?
No, not Trolls 2, I've seen Troll 1.
In Troll 1, I haven't seen Troll 1, but I've seen Troll 2, so let's both see them now. Let's both put it together so we don't have to sit through it. Alright, in the first movie, is a ham sandwich the cure? Like,
The cure for what?
cure for killing the trolls, like the thing they don't like or whatever?
Ham sandwich?
Yeah.
Your troll movie sounds way better than the
This
one I saw.
this one, the kid, he's got like is it ham or like turkey? I don't know, some shit like that, but it's like a specific type of meat sandwich.
The troll is scared of luncheon meat.
Yeah, it's just this ridiculous movie that makes no sense. What is it? What do they do? They go in and you watch it, and it just the plot line makes no like does not follow logic whatsoever. Like this family goes, we're going on a road trip and we're going to like visit a house, right? Or like they're going to live in like a summer house or something. So they get there and there's already like when they arrive, there's like dinner laid out for them, right? Like plates and like a bunch of dishes and everything, you know, like a full, no one else in the house, right? And then it's all covered in green shit. And they all sit down like, oh look, there's food for us, let's eat it. And just sit down and start eating this food in this movie.
Horror movies really never have rhyme or reason. Like I remember I saw one of the Friday the 13th, and there was a guy that was basically doing the an autopsy on Jason, and he cuts his heart, and he's looking at his heart. Then for no reason at all, just starts eating his heart. Makes no sense really, but he does it. That's part of the reason I like those movies.
Yes.
Because it is twisted,
Mm-hmm.
and then something's wrong with me, I think. So
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Well, maybe it stems from how much of that stuff that we actually watched, dude.
probably.
Yeah.
I saw Faces of Death when I was
You
a
know,
little
you know, I think I want to do an experiment where I just watch like children's shows, like on Netflix and stuff, for like a week or something, and you know, don't play any violent video games. Just like read happy books and stuff,
read nothing but Dr.
and
Seuss.
see if I still like Slaughter after that. Slaughter.
See if you're still down to watch Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead. That was pretty scary when I saw that when I was a kid.
There was a part 2 or 3, I think, that had Punky Brewster in it. Not the character Punky Brewster, but I mean the group.
The actress.
Yeah. It probably would have been better if it had the character.
Table
Punky
Bitty.
Brewster. Yeah, she had a huge one still. I think she used the money from that Pumpkinhead to get a reduction.
I
That's
think
probably what it was.
that girl from Jack in the Box last night might be along the same bloodlines as Punky Brewster.
You never know. You never know.
They were big. Both of them were bigger than her head.
Those were large. Those were quite large. For her frame, it seemed kind of odd.
Ah, yeah. It was cool though.
She did give me my tacos and cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I thank her.
With the nice little, like, nipple hanging out of the cheese from your taco, like, in the picture.
It's
the
like
nipple slip.
What is it? The erect nipple behind the bikini top.
Bikini top.
Oh man. This has been Tommy the Roach Lucero
Okay.
with Dylan Boisvert. Coffee with the Roach.
Yes, sir.
NugLifeRadioShow.com. Want to say thank you to Eric Martin, the sound engineer. There he is, buddy. Yeah, Matt Cook Live.
Thanks, Eric.
Medicinal Mike. See you soon. Sit down and have another coffee and talk about weird shit.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
YouTube channel. We Nug Life. Is that the radio YouTube?
Yours for this feed.
I will. I will very soon.
So you can't pretend that you've already got it and give them the address right now?
I could. Tommy the Roach, YouTube. That's the name of the channel, Tommy the Roach. Check it out, Tommy the Roach Lucero, if Tommy the Roach has already
That's
taken
what
it.
you're going with? You're not going to go with coffee?
Oh, that's right? Go with the name of the show.
Yeah.
Coffee with a Roach.
YouTube channels are free, dog.
YouTube channel, Coffee with a Roach. That's the name of it. See you there, man.